Hey traders, Mark here. Today is Monday, December 18th. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I didn't get as much done over the weekend as I was hoping, but I did some testing mainly on the range chart. And so after I walk through the session today on the tick chart, I'm going to kind of walk you through some of my analysis that I'm doing. Okay, let's just go through today real quick. So one thing that I'm really starting to notice, and I don't have enough data to confirm this yet, but when my 5-minute and or my 15-minute have zones kind of blocked in like this, you get pretty tough trading. And gang, if you look at the 15-minute today, we had a move out of a buy zone into a sell zone, back to the buy zone, and then we broke through, and then we went sideways for literally the rest of the day. So I want to walk through some trades and see how this thing did. Now, I still like the idea of patterns out of the 5-minute or 15-minute zone, although I'm not taking them right now because I don't have any data to back it up. So this morning you can see I'm neutral on the 5-minute. I'm red on the 15, so no trades for me. Okay. Now, this is not a zone inside. No, you know what? This is actually a zone inside the zone on the 15. So if price were to come back into, what do I need here? I would need 1675 because the top of this zone is 16.25. So I need 1675 and I could take a trade. It gets to 17.25 and that's it. So no trade there for me. Okay, now I am red and red on the 5-minute and the 15. So I'd have a short right here for a loss. I have another short right here for another loss. So there's two losses. Okay, now you can see I am inside of the 5-minute sell zone. Okay, now I am green on the 5 and red on the 15, so no trade here. Okay, so actually I have a zone inside the zone right here. So I would have a trade. Let's see where this thing sets up. Actually, wait a second. Where is my... Okay, so here, I want you guys to see this. So remember my rule for the zone inside the zone? It has to be within 2 ticks. So like the bottom of my 5-minute or 15-minute zone has to be within 2 ticks of the tick chart zone. So you can see the bottom of the zone is 29.50 on both 5 and 15. The bottom of this zone is 28.75, so that is not within 2 ticks, but this one up here is. So I can't take a trade down here at this part of the zone, but I can take one up here. So I'd have an entry this big down red bar, clearly a loss. Alright, so there's another loss. Okay, now I have let's see what I have, a zone inside the zone again. Yes, so 32.50 is the top of my 15-minute zone. Let me just verify that. I got 32.25 actually. So 32.25 is the top. This is 33. So that actually is not within 2 ticks. Okay, so never mind. That's actually not a trade. Sorry guys, I'm looking at this for the first time today, so I just want to make sure. Gosh, that's so close, isn't it? Okay, well, because that's not a trade, then I would have because I am green and green, I'd have a long here and a long here. So there's 2 more losses. So there's 5, 0 for 5. It's kind of a shame, too, because that would have been a really good one, huh? Okay, I'm green and green. So I'd have a trade at 28. I'm sorry, did I say 28? I'm sorry, 30. Comes down to 28.5. So I need to move into 40. And there it is. There's a winner, finally. You guys, so what's really nice about that is I just had 5 losses in a row, and that one winner brings me positive on the day. Okay, so here's 40. Remember, to have a reset, I need a close below a green zone, which I get right there, and then I need a red zone, which I get right here. All right, so I could have a trade. I'd have one right here. Let me get these charts all set up here. So I'd have a loss here. I have another trade here. And yet another one here. So there's 3 losses. Now I am red and red. So I have a trade here. Stopped out. This one never sets up. Then I have a trade right there. Stopped out. Then I have a trade right there. Wow, guys, tough day. And you can see it in the charts. Okay, so there's the day. 11 losses and 1 win. So let's plug this in here. Let me add in another row. So this is going to be week number 8. 12-18. So 11 and 1. Okay, so on a $2,500 account, that's a 10% down day. So, that's not insignificant. It's a tough day. But again, tough day in the market. Now what we do know is it really only takes, if you look at this right here, guys, I'm only 1 winner from getting this back to being very reasonable. So it's not something I'm going to be really concerned about, and that's something I really, really like about this strategy. And one thing I was thinking about over the weekend, guys, is I don't know if you all remember in elementary school, they had pictures where it had numbers on them, and you would color by the numbers. I kind of see this as trading by the numbers, right? Where you just execute the plan. Okay, let's go into the range chart. Ignore this indicator down here. It's all it is, and I'm going to see if there's anything to it. But all it is it just measures the length of time per bar. So if I have here, let me make it bigger, so you can understand it. So this measures the set time in seconds that it takes for each bar to print. The idea would be that the shorter time it takes to print, the more volume there is in the bar, right? And then the other thing that I have on here right now is an ATR. It's a 5-minute ATR with a 5-to-1 reward to risk ratio. Because my thought process is, you know, as the markets are moving, the ATR is expanding, and when the markets are really tight, it compresses. So I would know that I need to be going for less profit, if that makes sense. So, like, for example, let's look at this. Let me zoom this thing in. So let's walk through today. Where's 8:30? Right here. So my first trade would be right here, and you can see the market had expanded, so I'd be looking for 85 ticks, risking 17. So this would be a loss. And then now look, it's telling me I should be risking 110. Now, and on a trending day, that's okay, right? So here's loss number 2. Let me make sure. Yep. So loss number 2. Actually, we have 2 and 3. So there's 3 losses. There's 4 losses. I'd have a short here, it'd be 5. Another short, 6. And I'm shocked that ATR is still so high. Let me check it real quick. Is that 5-minute? It is a 5-minute. Yeah, I'm shocked that it's so high. Alright, so this would be 7 losses. Oh, wait. Yeah, that'd be it. Because now we're at the end of the day. Okay, so no winners, 7 losses. Alright, now, really quickly, let me fill in the spreadsheet, and then I want to walk through some data with you. Now, I don't have the trend indicator done on NinjaTrader, which is why I'm not using it. But hopefully I'm going to get that done soon, so it's going to limit some of these losses. But what I did is I went through the 12 range, and I went back to November 20th. Don't ask me why I picked November 20th. I just picked a random day. And let's just walk through some data. So there are 159 losses, 41 wins, for a net of per contract, okay? Again, this is on the 12 range using a 12-tick stop, 60-tick target. So then I started thinking, one thing that I was getting really frustrated with on just testing this strategy is because I'm using a 12-tick stop, I can sometimes get stopped before price even hits the top of this bar, right? So I said, let me go down to a 10 range and maintain a 12-tick stop. So that data very similar, okay? Very similar. Okay, then I got a little crazy, right? I said, what if I increase my risk? And I go to I go to a 12 range again and use a 14-tick stop. So that data isn't that something? I increase my risk and I almost double my profit. So on this one I'm using a 14-tick stop and a 70-tick target. Now, one thing that I thought about is, the markets are moving a lot right now. So what happens on days like today, when the markets aren't moving or when the ATR gets smaller? That's why I wanted to use the ATR. So once I get some time, I'm really going to test this. And heck, maybe once I get all the indicators done, I can recruit one of you to help me test. Okay, so then the other thing I looked at, guys, I did the Euro USD on a 6 range using an 8 pip stop. So if you think about it, let's do some quick math here. I actually haven't done this math, so bear with me. But so I use 8 pip stop and a 40 pip target. So over the same period of time, I had 27 losses and 9 wins. So let's do some quick math. So I have 8 pip stop, 27 losses, 216 pips. And I had 9 wins at 40. That's going to be 360. For a net of 144. And this is from November 2nd to December 5th. Okay, so basically 5 weeks. All right, so now let's talk about like what size of an account you would need. I mean, if you're risking 8 pips, so that's what, in $8 per contract to go for 40. So let's just say you had a $2,500 account and you were comfortable risking 1.5% per trade. So that means our risk is going to be, well, it comes out to like 4.68. So I would round down and I would do 4 mini lots, okay? So if I'm doing 4 mini lots and I have 144 pips gain in this period of time, that's 576 pips in a month. That's not bad. And guys, I'm not taking that many trades. And if you look at my win percentage, it's 25%. A little bit higher. So I didn't get a chance to test more forex pairs, but a lot of times there was only, let's see, max trades in one day, 5. Most of them had 1 to 3. So you could trade a handful of forex pairs. Anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy that. So I'm sure there's a handful of forex people on here. Okay, gang, I'm going to go ahead and pull up another pair to do the L24 analysis on. And so I'll see you in the next video.